Let's take another look at that DLC that came out for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now, I'm sure you're well aware of everything that's going on by now. It's been quite a ride these past 2 weeks, and it looked like it wasn't effective at all because, well, within 2 hours of the launch of Season 4, Black Cell was in the top 5 best sellers on Steam. Here is a screenshot of that chart at the time. Number 1, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Number 2 was Lost Ark. Number 3 was Modern Warfare 2. And then, of course, number 4 was Season 4 Black Cell 02. So it looked like there was nothing to really talk about anymore, but there was something that I've noticed. So this was June 14th. I would like to check back in and see where those sales are at now. Well, it's fallen way down on the chart. You now see Black Cell starting to race towards the bottom. And you see Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 now dropping down on the charts. What's interesting is it didn't stay up there very high for very long. Now, unfortunately, I have no idea what the numbers are for this. As you can see, Spider-Man Remastered is jumped up to the top. That's because it's on sale. It's only $40 right now. Got to tell you, that's a good deal for that game. If you've never played that game is really good. Even the Miles Morales game is really good. That's only $33. I had fun with both. I'm, of course, going to recommend Spider-Man Remastered over the Miles Morales one because, for one, Spider-Man Remastered is a full game. Miles Morales is more like DLC, but Modern Warfare 2 dropping down in the charts. Now, I think it also is important to note that this is the least sold platform for Call of Duty. Call of Duty games typically not played very much on Steam. The biggest platform for Call of Duty is, of course, and always will be consoles. Xbox and PlayStation, those games are really dominant. And there's unfortunately no way to check and see how they're selling on those systems. Also, the majority of people that play Call of Duty now are a bunch of little kids. I don't really know too many adults that still play these games like on the regular. It's just mostly a bunch of kids still that play this. Black Ops 3 is back up there too, but look, it's only $20. What I think is even more funny is that Black Ops 3 is selling better than the DLC. But don't give that money. Go give them money for that either. Don't give them money for that either. So it is dropping down on the charts pretty quickly. Hype for the DLC seems to be dying pretty fast. It's dying pretty fast. I think the benefit that game has is that there's really just not that much going on in gaming as of right now. Most people, besides me, have moved on from Zelda. I'm still playing Zelda because I have barely any time for games anymore, so I kind of chip away at it. I'm lucky if I get to play it for maybe an hour a day. So I'm still stuck on Zelda, and I will probably be on Zelda for about another month or two, to be honest, which is fine with me because I like the game a lot. So that is the sales update. It looks like the hype for that game is dying fast, real fast, which I think is fantastic. Love seeing hype for these games just fall into a toilet and get flushed because they deserve it. And they're still getting tons of heat. That's something that's not going away. So while the hype for this DLC is dying, people are still shitting on Call of Duty all over social media, which I'm sure isn't good for them. Like, it's still going on. Not so much for these ones, because they put these out overnight, when most of everybody in the world is sleeping, except for a few locations. But when you go to something that was 21 hours ago, you've got the same old stuff going on. Leave children alone, leave children alone. Leave children alone. I can do this all day. Leave children alone. Call of Duty. Dylan bundle. That's pretty funny. It just keeps going on and on and on. It's not going away for them, and I think that that's funny still. But none of this matters if the game is selling like crazy. So, I mean, that is something to consider. But I do think it's funny that they're still getting annoyed so much by people that don't agree with them. And it's funny how if you don't agree with them now, you are phobic. Nickmercs should really consider suing outlets like this. So, like, The Verge is pulling some shady shit here. So if you search Call of Duty Nickmercs or Nickmercs, one of the first articles that pop up now are stuff like this from The Verge. Call of Duty removes streamer's skin after phobic comments. What did he say that was phobic? He said, leave the children alone. But now, for the rest of his life, I don't know if they put his real name in here. I don't know Nickmercs' real name, so I'm not sure. I'm sure, I don't think he hides his name. But, you know, forever, like, it's kind of like The Rock. Like, his name is Nickmercs. Like, Nick, I know The Rock wants to use Dwayne Johnson, right? It's never going to take off. Everybody still calls him The Rock. When you do things like this, it's same with Dr. Disrespect. I don't know his name, and I know it's out there. I don't think he hides it, but, like, that guy's name is forever Dr. Disrespect. Nickmercs' name is now Nickmercs forever. So, I mean, when you look up Nickmercs, what shows up? Bigots, anti-LGBTQ, right-wing, phobic. All the buzzwords are in this article. And that's forever going to be attached to his name now. It's forever going to be attached to his name. That is some slanderous, libel, whatever. Take it to court and sue them. I think you would have a pretty easy case. Well, actually, let me take that back. I don't know if it'd be an easy case. But I do think a call from a lawyer threatening a lawsuit would probably get this retracted pretty quickly. Pretty quickly. Most of these outlets are cowards and they don't have any money. The Verge, I don't think, has a shitload of money. Who even owns The Verge? Let's see if they give us an about at the bottom of their website here or anything. Who owns this outlet? Vox Media. There we go. Oh, yeah, they got a lot of Soros money. They really do, by the way. I'm not... They have a lot of money from, you know, big people like that. That's how these outlets keep going. Nobody really reads them. They exist to smear people and scare people. That's really what they exist for, and to misinform. But, I mean, it's effective, right? Because nobody wants these labels. Nobody wants these labels. But forever now, when you search this man's name, this is the kind of shit that's going to pop up with them. This is what they do, by the way. Google, of course, pushes these kinds of things to the top because they would consider The Verge an authoritative news source. So as soon as you look up Nickmercs, what's going to pop up? Anti-LGBT, homophobic, bigoted, all that bullshit, which will affect his ability to get sponsors and all of that stuff. All because the man said, leave the children alone. What wild times we live in right now where that is considered hateful. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. I'd like to hear from you. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals. Make sure you comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.